Hi guys, welcome to TheBlock.Talks at TechTuesdays. I'm here with Mr. Matt Blom, CSO at Tokenvest. Thank you for being here.
Very welcome. It's a great pleasure to be here, so thanks for having us.
Of course. So why don't we get started with you telling us a little bit about yourself and about Tokenvest and what you guys are building.
Yeah, sure. So Tokenvest is a VARA-regulated platform here in Dubai. We're regulated as an issuer of real-world assets on blockchain. And we're regulated as a broker-dealer. So we have a platform that allows us to do the primary distribution of assets, but then also the secondary market trading. So we're a full end-to-end solution for asset owners to come to market under the regulatory frameworks of VARA.
That's amazing. When did you guys get the issuance license?
We got the issuance license about 4 weeks ago.
Wow, congratulations.
So yeah, it's been a 3-year journey to get this far. We got our broker-dealer license at the end of last year, but our business relies on us creating product and bringing it to market. So whether that's tokenized property, tokenized commodities, funds, bonds, and even alternate assets. The first asset that we issued was actually a tokenized racehorse.
A racehorse?
Yes.
Amazing.
So we cover every type of asset you can imagine, and the thesis of the business is to take the best assets in the world that generally cost hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, and then tokenize them so that people can come and buy them a fraction of that, so they can buy it at the price point that they can afford, as opposed to these assets just being reserved for only the rich.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's amazing, and I think you guys are probably one of the first to be able to do this regulated in the UAE, if I'm not mistaken.
We are the first company to get the full multi-asset, non-restricted issuance license. So we can tokenize any asset from anywhere in the world, and then put that on chain and distribute that to retail, institutional, and accredited investors globally.
That's amazing.
So it's a first for Dubai.
So I'm sure you have a lot of people coming to you looking to tokenize their assets. What is it that you look for to differentiate between what's going to be a successful RWA and what's not going to really maybe gather that much investment or have that much attention on it?
Yeah, it comes down to what the asset is, the profile of that from an investment perspective. Like, is it an asset that I would want to actually buy and own in my portfolio? And if the answer to that is yes, then if I can invest in that asset at a much smaller price point, I can actually include many more assets inside my portfolio.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. The second thing is, can we create a better product with this now it's on chain? Mm-hmm. Is there a way for me to create additional liquidity by designing a product that actually allows people to enter and exit that product much quicker than they would do in the real world? You take a property, for instance, it can take months to sell or buy a property.
Yeah.
On our platform, 3 clicks, 15 seconds, you are now a fractional landlord, you can own a piece of property.
Yeah.
So these are the key things that we look at, and that's property from all over the world, not just Dubai.
Yeah, of course. And this is a question that comes up a lot when we talk about tokenized properties, tokenized assets. What does the secondary market look like right now?
Yeah, but it's a very important question for this, because if you invest in these types of assets, you want to make sure that should you need to be able to get your money back, there is an opportunity for you to be able to do that. So our model has always been to create product around that property that allows for you to be able to access secondary market liquidity. Mm-hmm. So we have our own secondary market on our platform. We also, when we launch properties, we'll allow you to actually exit the property at the net asset value of that property by crossing that order inside a dark pool. So you'll actually be able to go in and transfer it at the asset price. You won't necessarily need to trade against a bid and offer spread. And then we're building deep secondary liquidity across all of our properties, across all of the cities that we're launching across the world as well. And our goal is that within 12 months' time, there'll be 24/7 deep liquidity across every property asset on the platform.
Yeah.
These are new products. This is RWAs have been talked about for many years. I've been trying to tokenize things for the last 7 years.
Yeah.
Like, this has been a long journey for us to get here.
Yeah.
So as we've been thinking about how do we solve this problem for liquidity for property, we've done a lot of product design to enable us to create products that actually promote liquidity in the secondary market for properties. So yeah, it's been a big big piece of work for us for the last couple of years is product design around properties, not just tokenizing the property.
Of course, no, that's great because secondary market is always a challenge when we're talking about RWAs. Another question that would come up, especially for properties, is how do you guys battle the KYC and the government requirements in understanding who owns this property at any given time? How do you guys combat that?
So we don't combat, we work with it. Our platform, you can go to Tokenvest.Capital, you can go and sign up for that platform today. We will be launching properties on there very soon. But we do all the KYC at the point of entry. So as people are trading on the platform, we're maintaining the cap table, if you will, of who owns that property, sharing that information back with the government. So inside your REST app, you can see that if you come and interact with Dubai Property in the platform, when that goes live, you will actually see your purchase reflected inside your REST app.
Wow.
So you'll actually see your ownership of that asset.
Yeah.
So we're a fully regulated platform. Everything is integrated into our platform. We've completely abstracted blockchain. So you don't need to know anything about crypto, anything about wallets, about private keys. You can come on, passport copy, Emirates ID, transfer fiat from your bank account and start buying
incredible.
real world assets.
Yeah, that's amazing. And what does it look like from the the property owner who's tokenizing their assets? What's the process look like for them?
Yeah, so for them, we're essentially purchasing the asset from them. So they, once the product is listed and the users have come and subscribed for that property, it's the same transaction they would go through if they were selling the property today in Dubai. So essentially that property is then settled, the funds are sent to the seller, central bank checks that to make sure the funds have arrived, and then we can issue the tokens to the new owners of the property, which could be hundreds of token holders.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, incredible conversation. Thank you so much for being with us today, and looking forward to seeing Tokenvest and what you guys build in the future.
It's a pleasure to be here, and we're really, really happy that Magnum asked us to come along and be part of it as well.
Thank you, and thank you guys for watching.